Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, it's going to be a little bit different. Today we're going to be talking about rhinoplasty. So instead of doing makeup or anything like that, I have a few, well, I'm not going to say a few because I actually have quite a bit of questions on rhinoplasty. Now, if you guys are totally with it, then totally watch this video. It's going to be quite informative. I'm going to try to answer as many questions as possible about my rhinoplasty experience and what to expect. So if you guys would like to see this video, then please keep on watching. So guys, the first question that I'm going to be answering is how to choose your doctor. So honestly guys, it didn't take me that long to choose my doctor, and the reason that it didn't take me that long is because I wanted to get it done super fast. But honestly, I knew that I could trust my doctor. I did look into a few doctors, however, this one was just the one for me, and the reason why was because, you know, I went to the consultation and I met him, and usually when you go to the consultation, you meet the doctor, it's like, you know, honestly guys, there's no really telling you exactly how to pick your doctor, because quite frankly, it's up to you and how you feel with your doctor. Now, I totally went off of my gut feeling. Now, I don't know if you guys should do that or not, but I have a good intuition. So I knew my doctor was going to be great. Plus, looking at their website, the cosmetic surgeries, oh my god, what's the word for that? Their practice. Looking at the practice's website. Now, if you guys see that before and after pictures, they're bad, obviously you don't want to go to that doctor. But my plastic surgeons, their before and after pictures were wonderful. They were amazing, and honestly guys, I was happy with my doctor. So that's basically how I picked my doctor. I just went off of my gut, my intuition, honestly, and just look at before and after pictures, talk to your doctor. Right away you'll know whether this doctor is right for you or not. So the second question that I'm going to be answering is swelling after surgery. Now, it really depends, guys. Like, again, it depends who, like, the person that you are, how your body is, whether your body recovers fast or not. My swelling after surgery, I think I will put a picture in so you guys can see my swelling after surgery. My swelling wasn't terrible. Now, the first day I had no swelling at all, but the second day and the third day is when it got really bad. The third day is when it got the worst, but I could still see my eyes were not swollen shut at all. It was pretty, I mean, the swelling was actually very doable. Like, I wasn't afraid to go out to, you know, the store with my cast and everything. I wasn't afraid to do that. And as for my nose swelling, honestly guys, like, you can't tell the first week because you have a cast on. So after you guys remove your cast, then you would be able to see the swelling and how it's doing. My nose, personally, it was a little bit swollen, mainly on the tip of my nose. So everything else was very swollen, but the tip of my nose was the worst, and it's hard to explain, but swelling, it honestly depends, like I said, how your body reacts to the surgery and everything, because some people it'll take a few months, some people it'll take a whole entire year. But the doctors do say that all of the swelling in your nose will be completely 110% gone after 1 year. So I first noticed my swelling going down probably on month 3. So I got my nose done in October, and I didn't start noticing my nose going down probably until January, maybe late January. But honestly, it really depends. Like I said, I'm just telling you guys my experience, but don't take my word for it just because we're all so very different. Now guys, another question was, does post-op or post-operation hurt? Basically, how bad does your nose hurt after surgery? And I can honestly say that after rhinoplasty, guys, I feel that this is one of the surgeries where it is the least painful. Personally, and I think I've seen a lot of reviews before I got my nose done, and a lot of other people are saying it's very painless. For me, it was very painless. I took painkillers probably the first day and a half. So I didn't get done with surgery, and I was actually home taking painkillers about 5 p.m. after recovery and everything like that. I got home around 5, took my first pill. Then the next day I took my second set of pills, and honestly guys, that was it. Like, it really wasn't that bad. I mean, when you walk, like if you're walking, you can feel pressure on your nose. So I guess that's what, it doesn't even hurt. It's actually kind of uncomfortable, but that's really about it. So the pain, honestly guys, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's like a 1. The next question I have is bruising. How does your nose bruise? Does it bruise a lot? Does it bruise a little after surgery? And honestly, like I said, it depends. It really depends on who you are, how well you heal, you know, how fast your body is going to recover. For me, as I said, I will post a picture somewhere in this video showing you guys the swelling and the bruising. But my bruising was mainly right in here. So I basically didn't have any bruising at all, not on my nose, not around my eyes. I had a tiny bit of bruising right on top of this eye, and mainly right in here, and it was very minimal for me. But I have seen other people where they're like, after surgery, it's like their eyes are swollen shut and it's purple and black and blue. I don't even know. I'm so thankful that I actually had a very speedy recovery and my bruising was very minimal. But like I said, that's another one. It totally depends on your body, your recovery, how fast your body recovers. So the next question I'm going to be answering is, what do you eat after surgery? And guys, the only thing, I mean, you can eat pizza after surgery, you can eat hard things, anything like that, but the problem with that is that you can't even taste what you're eating. So what's the point of eating it? So, I mean, after surgery, that was another one. If you had an appetite after surgery, and after surgery, you don't really have much of an appetite. So you mainly are going to be eating probably soups, chicken noodle soup, chicken soup, anything like that. But you can eat, like, you can eat pizza, whatever, after surgery, but it's the fact that you probably aren't going to want to. Now guys, another big question was, can you breathe through your nose after surgery? Now guys, this is totally another one where it's like, it's different with everyone. It's different with your doctor, what they do. Now guys, for me, I was freaking out before my surgery. I was like, oh my God, I'm not gonna be able to breathe. What if I like die in my sleep because I can't breathe through my nose and I'm gonna stop breathing through my mouth? And guys, for my surgery, my doctor actually did not put any gauze inside my nose after surgery. So I could breathe through my nose, and I don't even know how, because everything that went on up in there, like during surgery, but I could actually, right after surgery is probably the best that I have breathed in my entire life. And my mother can attest to that, because she is the one that took me home after surgery, and I swear that's the first thing I said. It was amazing. There was no congestion, like no boogies at all up in there. Like, it was amazing. And then now I always have a stuffy nose, but no, it's my allergies. But honestly guys, for my experience, I could breathe during my sleep. I could breathe all the time. But I'd say about the second or third day after surgery, I did get a little bit of congestion in my nose. And what I did for that was, I went in my bathroom, I turned on my shower. Now you can't wash your face or anything like that after your surgery, so I didn't get in the shower and wash my face or anything, but all I did was I sat on the toilet, I turned on the shower to the highest amount of heat that it could get, and I sat on the toilet and just sat there and let the room steam up. So as the room is steaming up, guys, your congestion will slowly start to fade away, because all of the heat that's going into your nose, it's opening up your nasal tract. So like you're able to breathe very well. So I recommend that for anyone who is going through the congestion after a nose job, or you know, is worried about not being able to breathe. I would recommend going into your shower, turning it on to the highest heat so you can get a lot of steam in your bathroom, and that will really help. But, you know, the point was I was able to breathe after my surgery. So guys, another question was, how is sleeping after surgery? Now, I don't want to say, you know, it really sucked and scared you guys, but honestly, it sucked. Okay, it was like, you couldn't lay on your bed flat. You had to lay with a bunch of pillows on your back, and literally like this. Like this is me standing straight up, and you could lay maybe like that, and that's it. You have to be like at this angle and literally almost up. It really does suck, but they do say that it helps with swelling on your nose. So for me personally, I slept up right for 2 weeks, I believe. I slept in a chair for 2 weeks, guys. Now, you guys don't have to sleep in a chair that long, but I was so determined to get the swelling down, so I stayed in the chair as long as I could. But I think the doctors say that you have to sleep upright for at least a week until you get your cast off, and then you can lay down and, you know, sleep however you want. Now guys, everybody wants to know the cost of a rhinoplasty surgery. Now, personally, I always don't really feel comfortable talking about prices, especially when things are as high as, you know, this surgery was. I'm gonna say a price range. So if you guys go to a very good surgeon, price range will probably be around $5,000 to $7,000. Now, of course, I'm sure you can get it cheaper than that, but it's your face, so it's like, are you willing to pay a little bit more to get the, you know, a good surgery and make your face look beautiful? So my surgery was indeed between $5,000 to $7,000. It actually was a little on, you know, the high point of the scale. So that's all I'm going to say about that. So when will your nose fully heal? Now guys, your nose can heal in 6 months, whatever, but I mean, like I said, it depends on recovery, but usually all the rhinoplasty doctors say it takes at least an entire year for your surgery to, for your nose to heal. So it hasn't even been a year for me actually. This month is August, and I got my surgery last October. So I still have a couple months for it to be an entire year, but my nose, I mean, it feels good. I can move it. I have all of the feeling back in my nose. It's not tingly anymore on the tip of my nose or anything like that. I can sleep on it, I can rub it, I can blow it. Everything's totally normal, but they say that your nose won't heal entirely for a year. So guys, a lot of questions are about aftercare. So aftercare of your rhinoplasty. Now, honestly, when I had my cast on and everything like that, you got a lot of like crusty blood around your nostrils. So what I did to clean that, okay, come on, seriously. So what I did for the blood and like the crust and the boogers that got stuck around my nostrils, I'm picking my nose to show you guys, but all I did was, and my doctor told me to do this, just get a Q-tip and mix a little bit of salt water and warm water. So warm water with a little bit of salt, but just right on the outside of your nostrils. You're going to get the Q-tip very, very slightly and just clean up a little bit around the nose, so it'll feel a lot better, and for some reason it helps a little bit with congestion. Now, a lot of people are asking when you get your cast off. Now, for me, in my instance, it took 1 full week after surgery to get my cast off. I had a tape around my nose and then a hard cast placed on top. And right after surgery, I did have like mustache gauze, I think they call them. I don't know. But it was a bunch of gauze placed right underneath my nostrils and taped to my face to catch all the blood. And like there's going to be a lot of mucus and like moisture just coming down your nose. Like you can't even control the fact that it's coming down. You'll literally just feel a tickle and it'll like feel wet on your bandage. But anyways, so I had a very hard cast on and it took a week, like I said, for my cast to be off. But I did hear that some people have their casts on for a week and a half or 2 weeks. I think it just depends on your doctor. But I had mine on for 1 full week. So after I got my cast off, basically it was just the best feeling of my life. So I was feeling my nose, and for the first, I didn't even look in the mirror or anything. For the first time, I ran my finger down my nose and it was straight. And not only that, there was no hump. I was like, literally like a month or 2 months after, I was always going like, because like it just feels so good. Like when you have the hump for, you know, your entire life. The crookedness I didn't have all my life, but the hump I always had all my life. So I definitely wanted that gone. And feeling your nose after the bump is gone is like one of the most amazing feelings. Like oh God, I'm getting emotional. Okay, cut. Guys, it's just like the best feeling ever, because when you have, you know, insecurity issues about your nose for, when you guys have insecurity issues about your nose your entire life, basically. I mean, I talk about that in my previous rhinoplasty surgery experience video. If you guys want to see it, go back and see why I got it done. But it just bothered me so much for so long. And just feeling that the bump was gone and looking in the mirror. And of course it wasn't perfect, because when I first took the cast off, it was swollen. It was a little bloody, a little bit there was crusting of blood, and it was very swollen. But just to see the difference right after, and mainly my thing was the pump that was gone. I'm so thankful to my doctor, because honestly, I could not have done it without him. Obviously, I mean, for obvious reasons, he's the surgeon that did it, but it's just like you guys know what I mean. Like, he's the guy that totally, you know, made my dreams come true. I can look this way, I can look that way, like, without a problem. Before, I would look to the right. I would be in my classes in high school, like, insecure about the person sitting next to me because I'm scared that they're going to be looking at my nose. So I'd always be with my hand on my head and, like, you know, just face that way, because it was always a very big insecurity of mine. Now, I am going to say, guys, that after your surgery, you get the cast off and everything, don't be disappointed that your nose looks bigger or whatever, or one nostril's crooked and the other one's, you know, completely amazing, because all of that happened to me. My nose was swollen as hell. I remember my mom, going to my mom and crying to my mom, and I was upset because I was looking in the mirror the day after I got my cast off. One nostril was like flippin' huge and the other nostril was tiny, and I was so sad and so angry because I thought that he totally messed up my nose. So that happened to me. Not only that, you have stitches right underneath if you get an open rhinoplasty surgery, which I will talk about in a minute. My nose looked significantly big because, you know, I mean, it's still super swollen. So I was super upset. Like, when I went home from the doctor's office, I was like, oh my God, my nostrils are like, you know. So guys, I did just mention the fact that I got an open rhinoplasty surgery. So there is an open procedure and a closed procedure. Now, the open procedure, the only difference is for the open procedure, they make a small incision right underneath your nose to lift up all your nose skin and get to the bone. And the closed procedure, obviously, they only cut on the inside of your nose and don't make any incisions right here. So they work all from the inside of your nose. So I got an open rhinoplasty surgery, and guys, honestly, I mean, I really don't know the difference because obviously I didn't get a closed one. I got an open one, and that's the only one I've ever gotten. So I will show you guys the incision scar. It's really not bad. Honestly, you guys cannot even tell. If somebody were to meet me for the first time and look under there, they would not be able to tell unless I told them. So let me show you guys. So guys, we're very up close and personal. Hi. Do I have any boogers? Anyways, so there it is right there. I mean, it's definitely there. Like, it is there. So don't expect to not have any scarring at all. Obviously, somebody opened up your skin and freaking ripped it all the way up here. So there's gonna be a scar, but it's really not that noticeable. And honestly, like, I'm okay with a little tiny baby scar rather than a big, huge hump on my nose. So guys, I didn't tell you what doctor that I did go to, and this is not like, he didn't tell me to talk about this. I mean, like, this doctor is just amazing. I went to Dr. Kenty Cian. It's S-I-A-N, Kenty Cian. And he is a Fresno-based doctor. Now, I do live in Fresno, California, so I looked up doctors all around Fresno and in Fresno. And honestly, I didn't even know that they did plastic surgery in Fresno. I mean, how stupid can I be, right? I'm sure they do plastic surgery everywhere, but I always thought, when I thought of plastic surgery, I always thought like Beverly Hills, LA, like just big places to get surgeries, but they had it right here in my own little town. So I went to Dr. Kenty Cian, and he is amazing. He is truly one of, like, I don't even know. He just has magical hands because he made my dreams come true, guys. So that's all I have to say about him. He was great. I had a couple of consultations right before my surgery. So I had one consultation talking about just basically the gist of the surgery, everything that I wanted, you know, just laying out all of the basics of the surgery. And I had another pre-op appointment right before my surgery. I think it was like a day before my surgery or something like that. I went in, I just basically told him what I wanted again, made sure everything was good. He gave me my prescription for my painkillers and everything like that. And I said, see ya. And I went to go see him like the day after for my surgery. Now, the morning of my surgery, actually I'll start off with the night of my surgery. The night of my surgery, so basically this question, prepping for the surgery. So what you do, guys, is they give you a prescription to fill. Of course, you go to your local, drugstore or whatever, and you fill that prescription, your local pharmacy, and you fill that prescription and you have it in your hands that night because you're not going to want to go the day of your surgery. So make sure to get your prescription filled that day, and they give you another prescription or a recommendation for a antibacterial soap that you're going to be washing your body with. So that night, the day before my surgery, I had an antibacterial soap. And honestly, guys, it doesn't have to be a big brand or anything. My drugstore here in Fresno is CVS. So I got the CVS brand of antibacterial soap. And they told me to wash my body with antibacterial soap all over, make sure I get everywhere. So I did wash my body with my antibacterial soap. Oh God, saying that a million times is like, ugh. But anyways, so I got that, and I washed my hair, made sure everything was clean on my body. I didn't have any polish on because they said that I couldn't wear any nail polish. I did have my toes done though. So that I did have, but no nail polish. And they also tell you after your shower to put on freshly washed clothes, everything, underwear, socks. Like, I mean, of course, please put on some clean underwear after your shower, but, socks, pants, whatever, bra, anything like that. They told you to put on freshly washed clothes, and your sheets after your shower at night need to also be freshly washed. So I had my sheets dry cleaned the day before so that everything was perfectly clean and I was totally ready for my surgery the next morning. I was also not allowed to eat at night, so I had to stop eating at midnight, I believe it was. I had to stop eating and drinking anything at midnight, and then I went to bed. So now is my morning of my surgery. I took another shower because they tell you to take one more shower in the morning of your surgery with that same antibacterial soap. So make sure you wash your entire body with antibacterial soap. Put your hair up, because I mean, I'm not sure if they tell you not to wash it, but I'm pretty sure my doctor told me not to wash my hair again. So all I did was wash my body the morning of, and then jumped out of the shower, put the same exact clothes on, but I put clean underwear on and clean socks on, okay? But put clean clothes on, the same clothes, and you're basically, I mean, you're ready to go. So everything, that's basically prepping for your operation. Everything else is basically self-explanatory. You go to the hospital, get your wristbands, you know, everything like that, check in. They give you an IV, and I'm pretty sure for everyone, the IV goes right in your hand. And boy, let me tell you, it hurts a little bit, okay? That's pretty much it. You change into your gown, change into the hospital undies, but guys, a lot of times the hospitals do tell you to take your underwear off, and I wasn't about to take my underwear off for a nose surgery. I mean, seriously. So you're supposed to go like full commando. I didn't do that. I told the doctors I was on my dot, so I got to wear underwear, because there's no way in hell I was about to do that when I'm getting a nose surgery and my underwear is all the way down there, my nose is up here. I was about to do that. Once I was in the surgery room, they put on massagers on my calves. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure they told me the reason that they put those on is to keep the blood flowing. So I had big massagers on my calves. They're very warm on both calves. They put blankets on me, everything like that. I'm trying to think what else they did. They were strapping my legs down, so if I were to sleep, you know, move around in my sleep and roll and stuff, I couldn't because I'm strapped down. And they also, now I didn't know this until after surgery, but they put a tube down your throat to catch any fluid, and when you wake up, you're gonna know, because your throat is gonna be sore. And it's not like a sore throat, it's like, sorry guys, but it's worse than a sore throat, okay? I'm just gonna put it out there because I don't want anyone to not be informed. So because I had no idea, and out of all my reviews, nobody even said that. So I'm gonna say that right now, your throat is gonna be super sore after your surgery. My surgery, I think, was 2 hours-ish long. So after that, woke up in the recovery room, everyone was there. After I started waking up even more, and they take you to a room that's that's your own room. So it's with curtains and everything, your own room. And then they let your relatives or whoever come in to see you and wait with you. And so you just sit there and you recover. I was pale as a ghost. I'll show you guys a picture of how pale I was, and you guys can see how I am now. I was almost like a greenish yellow color. So it was a little bit scary. My mom said she felt sad, like, seeing me that way. But anyways, so that's really all that there is to the surgery. If you guys have any questions at all, please feel free to ask me in the comments down below, because I'm sure that there are still a few questions out there. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of questions to be answered, and I could only answer a few in such a short video, because really, I can talk about this for hours and hours and hours. But guys, so one more question that I had was basically if I'm happy with my surgery, if it was the right thing for me, if it was worth it. And honestly, I'm sure you guys already know from my previous emotional mishap earlier in the video that it was totally worth it for me. This has been honestly one of the best things that has happened in my life. Now, I honestly have barely any words because it's so hard to get out exactly how I feel about it. I had very, very bad issues with my nose previously. Now, I used to blame it on other people, saying I got made fun of a lot and bullied a lot for my nose and everything like that, but I realized also that it is something that was inside of me. And now that, you know, I paid with the money that, you know, was mine, was my family's, was not anyone else's, it was mine, so I have a right to do whatever the hell I want to do with that money. Just putting that out there in case anyone has anything to say, like it's a waste of money. Like, this was money well spent. It was money well spent. And guys, you almost feel like a new person after a surgery that you have wanted for years. I wanted this surgery since I could remember. Since I could remember, I mean 6th grade maybe, I would say 6th grade, because that's when I moved to a new school and got bullied for it. So 6th grade was when I first started wanting it. And honestly guys, it's a cruel world out there. I mean 6th grade, 12 years old, well no, I actually think I was 11 years old wanting a nose job. Like, what? I mean, I was 11 years old, I was a baby, and that is when my insecurities started. And honestly guys, like I said, I'm getting off on another tangent, but basically this was worth it, was worth the money, was worth the thousands of dollars that it was. And I could not be more thankful for my mom, because she did make this surgery possible for me. And okay guys, I am a very emotional person. I'm a Cancer. Anyways guys, so my mom did make this surgery possible for me, so I'm very thankful for her. I'm thankful for my doctor. I'm thankful for everyone who has supported me in getting this surgery. It was the best thing for me, and honestly, if you guys are thinking about getting the surgery, then I'm sure it is the best thing for you guys. And whether or not someone's gonna say, no one's ever gonna say, oh yeah, your nose looks like total shit, like right to your face, because no one ever did that to me. I would complain about my nose all the time, and no one is gonna be like, yeah, your nose is super huge, I totally agree, get that shit fixed. Like, no one's gonna be like, yeah, your nose is crooked as like a mother, get it fixed. Like, obviously, no, everyone's gonna be telling you, you don't need it, like, you're fine, your nose is pretty, you're great, whatever. But you're always going to have that insecurity in your heart, so just do what you want to do, because like, it's very difficult for people to actually agree on rhinoplasty and just plastic surgery in general. A lot of people are very scared of the word plastic surgery because they think plastic, changing yourself, you know, just all of these negative things. But I want you guys to know that it is worth it. You are going to feel amazing, and honestly, that's really all that I have to say about that. Like I said, it was worth it for me. I feel great. I can look, you know, different ways. People can look at my profile. You know, I can look straight at somebody. I can do anything with my nose now. I can take pictures of my profile. I never wanted to really get into YouTube as much before because of my nose. And now that I have my nose surgery and it's pretty much almost 110% healed, like, now I'm starting to make a bunch of videos. Do you guys see, like, you know? So anyways, guys, that's about it. Like I said, if you have any further questions about this surgery, any at all, please let me know. Please ask me, because I am so open about this, and I am really, really excited to answer any questions that anyone has. Like I said, leave them down below in the comments, and I will for sure get back to anybody who has questions. So if you guys liked this video, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up. And if you guys have not already, please subscribe to my channel down below. I would so much appreciate it. And until next time.